How's it going, YouTube? This is Joseph Newsom here now to bring y'all another video. So this week now it's a special now this week. As a fact now, just to quickly hit my channel, which I should have actually had it set up there now at the start, but as you can see, I've over 101 subscribers there, which I do apologise for the late making of this video. As the fact I've been busy for the past 3 days now, actually trying to sort out my video and all now from Mandela Park, which I actually went to a drifting competition up there now to actually witness the defence of Ireland's 10-year undefeated streak. Well, in the drifting wise now at that, folks. Now, and it was actually defended though, but thanks to a young northern star who's actually around my age now, I think just about. He goes by the name of young Dwayne McKeever. And he's actually, I'll tell you one thing's for sure, folks, he's actually one hell of a serious pilot. But we're not really here to talk about superstars right now, but let's just get on with this video, eh? So, even though the fucking battery getting low too on the cursed fucking yoke as well. So I'll try and get this video now done as quick as we can. So today now, we just have a look. We're looking at my main homepage now. Basically, you can see I still have the main trailer now as well from the St. Canice International Rail Tour that I've done as well, in which I've crossed a good few faces that I've actually managed to actually try and meet yet, which I've actually bumped into, like fucking NIR Trainman. But I actually bumped into him up in Dundalk there during the Sleep Gullion Rail Tour as well there for the first time. And then another YouTuber down in Longitude, I think that's correctly number 24, down in Kilkenny. I've also bumped into him, and a couple of other new faces as well, like even such as Sean's Railway Productions as well, and a couple of others. So this week now, just having a look at here now we'll be going to my video manager now and just to have a wee peep. And as you can see, that's my top video now, which I will be releasing now tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, I'll have it up. I'll possibly release on the Friday, because I still have to do a couple of reviews and all on it. So on top of that, but it was actually an immersive event now. I'll tell you that now for something. But between three cars get, there's something like nearly like $500,000 or less yards worth of fucking damage done to the cars. And there's actually a friend of mine also as well who went home back over to England and found out that he was broken into. And then the day after, then he was actually three armed men broke into his house, I believe, and fucking actually hammered the poor chap. And he actually means no harm to anyone, and he's actually a lovely man now. And then on top of that, he actually got that much of a bad hiding. He was admitted to hospital where he actually got 3 staples in the back of his head, etc. So enough of that now for a minute anyway. So we'll have a look at my most viewed now this week. And you can see the different and drifting cases here near Tullow actually tops the whole thing with 1,512 views with two lovely likes on it, which ain't bad. And then we've got 1,014 views and 17 likes and 16 comments on the Model Railway and Transport show that I went to down in Wexford there, in which Danny also had. The Irish Mainline actually has that video up on his channel as well. But the different jokes on display and all there too. And then we've got the wee bit of different then, which there's actually a drag down in Tullow again. So I'll probably not go into that if things don't go to plan for the Mandela Truck Show, which is on this weekend also. Then we've got my first ever Mark III transfer as well, Cotton Donna Baton, which Amanda attends up there. Is an absolute, apologise for me Irish here over the camera, but he's an absolute little fucking miserable spasticated wanker, in which I'm pretty sure many of you don't blame me for calling him that at all, in which despite the fact that he is a wanker. But I tell you this though, that when I was waiting on the rail tour to come down, he asked me did I have permission, this, that and the other, and I said no, I was waiting on the fucking rail tour and everything, and just asked me to leave the station, and I told it up for something. I'll be straight with you here now that I actually nearly felt like knocking his teeth out. I'll tell you that now for something. I'm pretty sure half you wouldn't blame me. And got a couple of other good jokes. That's a couple of good jokes there now through my channel now on YouTube. We'll just hit that what to watch, and then we'll go on to my Facebook page, then, which is my personal photography page, which is Irish Racing Raya. As you can guess already, it's just a mix of all trains, racing cars, and basically it'll be a couple of mixes now, whatever you guys are into. So like for the Irish mainline and Irish rail trains, like with you loving your with the way you love your trains and all, like there'll be stuff up here for you guys. In which is I've actually got 113 followers on this page now too, which actually occurred 24 hours after I hit 100 followers on the same weekend. It's going to Mandela. You can probably see now like a couple of photos now up here now, such as the 86 twin cams, the model railway shows vandalism and damage, which is that one there, but I'm pretty sure half of you most of y'all would have already seen it. But if you can, anyway, please feel free to follow me on that on Facebook and all there as well, for if you're wishing to help me get the numbers up a bit more, and if you're interested for like the weekly updates, whether it's motor racing up in Mandela or rail tours from around Ireland. And that'd be the same with here on YouTube as well. If you can help me get me numbers up a bit more, to be much appreciated. And then for another good fun part too, is that I'm also have my lovely account on Flickr, which is actually a lot more fun. It's actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I tell you, I seen Irish Rail Trains now sign himself up for it there, and giving a little update on it, as half is what I've seen in his video already. So I thought I'd give it a go myself, and it's actually, I tell you this though, it's actually far more easier than I thought it would be to use now, like, as well, like especially when it comes to signing up for it. You can probably see like I've got a couple of photos there up already from Mandela. I'll show you this one here now and see. That's the fellow fucking Irishman and Formula Drift competitor Darren McNamara literally exploding the spoiler off his rotary power Corolla. Well, basically after going into it at about nearly 140 kilometers per hour, that is quite literally. And I tell you how he did not crash the car, I don't fucking know. So, not to worry about it though, sure. I tell you how easy with the parts you had in that car, it'd be easy to get it back together again. And now just minimise this, and then we see my lovely wallpaper then that I have on my phone. On my cursed laptop. And then, pretty sure I think I've told somebody about this and all as well. That the fact that I'm actually keeping a couple of backup files and all as well for most of my catches, such as catching the NR 111s, and then some further shots then of the 29s, in which we take this one here for example. That's if it fucking loads. We've got the Green Goddess, as the nickname is, given to by Jerry Whistler. White is actually a pretty gas man. So that's the update there now, folks, for internet wise. So to just close the internet down now for the moment, and then I'll show you something bit. I'll show you what I've done now to this model railway now. Right, and that's also the name of the gang as well. That do odd racing events down in Tulla as well. But they're actually I tell you this, they're friendly shower lads. I'll tell you that now for something. Now, so put this phone away as well. So now we've tried the part now that I'm pretty sure half of you have been down to see with the photos. We've got me lovely Irish Raya fleet so far, between, as well as the part of the NIR as well. We've got little CAE 141. We've got Irish Rails 140 and 02. We've got 112 and 210. I've got the lovely 2-piece 2700. I'm pretty sure you can hear the fucking wind there rattling that shed door. But not to worry though, it's not going to start to ruin this video. I'll tell you that now for something. So yes, and this is what I've pretty much done to the track now the last time since my last update. And see, I've got a bit of a. This is what I was explained here as well now, Irish Rail Trains. Is that, see, I've got a single line now going along here, and then it just splits then into a passing loop then. So I can park like one train on the inside and a fucking fair longer one again on the outside. And you can probably notice the markings then. I know they're not exactly perfect or anything, but I've them there to actually mark out where I'm putting down a bit of a road. And then where you see the G and all there and some of the writing there as well, that's where I'm putting some of the signals and the G's for the greenery. And then for the next fun part then, which I know like these aren't 100%, if I can get one of these off. You can see they're currently still doing a work. Currently not exactly 100% finished yet, but then currently still painting the Mark 3s. The Mark 3s now at the minute. I know like with some of the big black marks now still off and they're not exactly 100% finished yet. But as soon as I get a bit more orange and all now, they will be fucking spot on, folks. And also, as well, I'm planning on getting, for signal wise now, I'm planning on getting a couple of soundbars and a couple of distant colour signals as well to actually add on to the whole layout. And yeah, now for the orange carriages over there now, I'll just show you this. And that's the colour that they used to be in now before I actually started repainting them. In price, I just barely make it out there now. The Route to the Flying Scotsman, the GNR livery. Which I say has been run by the British Rail, and then you can probably notice then the more grayer track bed then, that you won't have to worry about that, because I'm planning on getting a bit of ballast then now in the next week or two. Well, it won't be this week or next week because I'll be currently off chasing with the racing up in Mondello this weekend or down in Tullow, and then the RPSI Bryce shuttle then next weekend. Right, so I tell you what I'll do here now for this video as well, just to maybe liven up a little bit that's still on anyway, so just to get these old girls a couple of laps. Let's sorry about this now for a second. Now, I know like it would have been handy to actually stop the video, but it'd save me the hassle here now, so to just close the shit down there just to keep the fucking wind out and see this thing now. Yeah, so here we go now. And yes, she left her train behind there now and started the video. Sorry about this. I don't think she really likes working. I just think I'm going to stop her here for a second there now, folks, and I'll be back. Yeah, I do apologise for that there now, YouTube, but I now finally have her connected up to her train, so here goes nothing. Yeah. There we go now. And my next plan now for these girls now, this year now, or even near the end of the year now, I'll be planning on getting a couple of sound decoders for these locomotives. And yes, I'm just driving her nice and handy now, because the part of the loop is actually a bit dodgy now at the minute, as I'm still trying to actually rectify the problem. I'm just going to stop you for a second. Yes, I got the lovely B141, which is actually a lovely locomotive. There'll be one like her and a couple of our sisters that I actually used to run trains down this way as well. Believe it or not, I believe the other ran Mark 1s or the Cravens behind them on they're between Ross there and Dublin, as well as a couple of other places there now. Well, it would have been long before I ever came around. But you see the looking me Mark 3s. They're behind that little 141. Right, so what I'll do now just to bring her to a stop. I'm just going to pause here now for a minute to actually change locomotive, so just bear with me for now, ladies and gents. I believe we have the very recognisable beast on the network, which is the doll and the fucking monster of all 071s in the country. That's where you got it. She's good old 082, in which I have a lovely clip of her actually working a Sperry train. They're going from north, I believe it was going from Houston Station to Wexford. Now I'll show you that here now actually before I start her off. So yes, and it's actually with my two brothers and all there as well, which they've actually never seen her before. So I'm they're delighted with how well she sung that day. And plus I had my father with me too that day as well. And for that video, for those that have seen that video, I do apologise as well for the phone going off. But that was just, you know, fucking people actually picking the right time to actually comment the heart out of me. Right, so I'm going to give you a little run now with I2. Pretty sure it almost be reminding and a half years from when she used to actually run a couple of services to Galway in that livery. But when she used to be in the Super Train livery, I believe she ran a couple of services down to Waterford. In fact, in which the Irish Main Line actually has a video of her up on its channel on YouTube as well. So I'll just give you a couple of clips here now. This will bring you to a stop. So that's go to old 082 now, which she's also going to be getting the sound decoder fitted to her as well, in which I hope she'll actually have the same sound as the real deal. Because as everyone knows, it's that minute 082 is hard. I take photographers and all will be out like fucking mad jokes minute she hits them high notes. Alright, so I'm just going to stop here now for a minute and just actually. Now YouTube, here we go again, and this time now we've got 112. Now I believe another YouTuber, Irish Rail Trains, also has her as well, along with I believe her sister 8113, in which I don't know if any of you others have her yet, but this is the all of them now. In which she's actually a very rare sighting now up north as well, which is believed to, which is actually a true story, but she's actually very rare to be seen down in Dublin. You can see the amount of fantastic work that has actually gone into her now as well. And you can see the lovely the lovely wheel there now for the handbrake as well, in which I think they were called the Devil's handbrake as well, because half the drivers didn't even know if they were on or not. But I believe half of them would have gotten used to it and all by now. And so I actually have a clip of her and all as well from when she ran the Winter Enterprise. I believe there was back in 2012, I think it was. I'm not sure, but here she is, light engine going through Malahide. Just in fucking time. So as you seen there, that was the first time I actually seen her and all as well. But she actually worked the Winter Enterprise down to Dublin, in which I actually thought she was actually going to fucking stay down in Dublin just in case that one went wrong with 461. At the time she was having teething troubles. But I actually recorded that trip with two other YouTubers called Commuter 29000 and Dutchman HD. I think your name's pronounced correctly. I'm not 100% sure. But please feel free to correct me there if I did say it wrong or not. But I'll just give you a couple of laps now here of this girl here now. So here goes nothing. I'll give you a nice little one here at the crossing. Yeah, so bring you now to a stop also. So that's her there now, YouTubers. So just to stop here now again momentarily, just to actually, here we are now YouTube now with the 080 now, with how an 071 should look. Like with the proper CIE Super Train livery, real proper old school. But unfortunately, say with the way Iron, I tell you, they wouldn't fucking know how to remain old school. Like even if I hit them with a fucking brick, I'll tell you that now for something. So here we are now for a couple of laps now of Oito. Bringing the speed up a little bit. Put one out there to cross it. So that's lovely old 084 there now. Oh, sorry, 080. I'm sorry to correct myself there, guys. And I actually have a shot of her actually giving full trash, full pelting trash there, leaving Kildare while the locals were switching under the FDS. But unfortunately I don't have a solo shot of her now in that livery. But then again though, like I wasn't really chasing her at the time, as I didn't really have much of a proper camera on me. So that's it all to order now, so I'm just going to stop again and change locomotives. So folks, we've got class 201 number 210 here now with us on the lovely Mark IIIs. And so also as well to the first and last time I seen a 201 on the Rosslare branch near Arklow was when she was bringing the ammonia train into fucking the fertilizer plant there near Shelton Abbey. But and then with the first time I seen an 071 on the actually thundering as well along the line. Along with the catcher number 4 that I have, these are actually what actually got me into fucking into chasing these girls around halfway around the country. Just give you a couple of looks at her now. Yeah, just do a couple of close sights. Now we'll go to the crossing. So that's it. 210 there now. But just stop here now for a minute and show somebody it's a bit of damage she took after a bit of an accident she had the other day. In which hopefully if I get the chance I can try and get it repaired and all as well. Yeah, so put your Mark IIIs up there out of my way for a minute. And there's the damage there now. Sorry about that. Fucking hell. Now, you can see there now, folks. That's what happened there. And tell you what happened was that I used to have a new fucking siding here put down here, and I actually didn't know the fucking track was aligned until I seen the 201 going off a little too fast, and so I came to too late when she bounced off the fucking rail end and actually fucking hit the shed floor with a thump. Actually putting the poor girl in pieces. Thank God though I was actually still able to salvage the parts to actually rebuild, to actually get the front of her back in good condition again. But sadly the back of her will actually need a bit of repair work. You see with new lights and all she's going to need too. I know, like hopefully I will be able to get her fixed anyway, and she'll actually be a bit more happier again. So oh, that's another view there. That's a full view there now, the back of her there now. That was actually after that accident that she took. Alright, just pausing there momentarily now until I actually switch trains once again from the Mark IIIs and the local haul trains now to the lovely 2700s. YouTube now, last but not least now, with me Irish Rail and Northern Ireland Railway fleet along with CIE. This is my next one now. This is actually the very first Irish train that I actually bought. It's a lovely class 2700 with two pieces numbered as 2708 and 2707. In which I believe this is actually a repainted model now of a class 150 from British Rail. But the whole thing suits the train down to the ground. The whole layout now. You can see the commuter on it. But the last time these girls ever, I think the last time a girl like these one ever ran was when the Rosslare to Waterford branch used to run. And then I believe the 26s ran it, I think, then the 27s took over. Well, the 28s now, I spent most of the time going from Dublin to Rosslare and back again. That's where I spent most of the time. But now they're actually in action now on the West Corridor, it's believed. I'll just quickly give you a view of this girl now in action. And just to have her stop there now, that's it. That's only because I didn't really have the power on full properly. And now we just drive her the other way. So just to stop you there. Stop you. And then we just drive her again. And this jump is a fucking rocket. I'm gonna tell you that now with it. But you won't want to put your hands in the fucking way of this jump anyway. Just to catch her out this crossing. I'm gonna take some rocket, ain't she, folks? So that's that there now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this. So thanks again for getting me up this far, and my next video will be, I was going to do an onboard going from Arklow to Dublin and from Dublin to Waterford and back again, but I'm going to save that for another video. So thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, and my next video will be at 300 subscribers.